What's up, guys? Welcome back again to the channel. Second part of the podcast. First part was on Wednesday, so if you haven't watched that or missed that, go rewatch that or click the icon that's popping up on the screen right now. First part, we talked about just us in general, Juve in general. This part, we're going to talk about transfers, the lack of transfers, maybe some narratives out there about certain players that kind of involves transfers. And maybe we are still going to make transfers. Who knows? Because Di Marzio was hinting towards it a little bit, and there's still talks about it. Before I get into it, like the video. The goal is, again, 100 likes. Should be easy for a podcast. So hit that like button now. Really appreciate it because people are finally starting to like. I'm not going to lie. I do not like every single video I watch on YouTube. So I'm one of those guys. But hit the like button. With me again, Julian. I'm not going to ask how you're doing because you're doing well. Because
I'm still doing fine.
You're still doing fine.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about transfers. We're going to talk about Djalo, obviously. But I wanted to open up with, I think, Miretti. Because I think he is kind of the, like, how do you want to call it? Like, yeah, he's like the center of a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
You know, transfer-wise. How I want to set it up is, I think there was a narrative. Okay, I think there was a narrative about Miretti, or an opinion about Miretti, before the start of 24, after the Coppa Italia games, and now. And I cannot understand how it flipped so much, because would I be out of pocket to say 75% of the fan base would be saying in 23, get him out on loan? Would that be pushing it?
Probably more. That's not necessarily to say that they don't like him.
No. I get that.
You know what I mean?
But then the
like I like Moretti. I like Moretti, but I'd still prefer him to go out on loan, especially with all the midfielders we had at the time.
So that was before the Coppa Italia. Then the Coppa Italia happened, and the news came out, we're not signing a midfielder. And forget about the money part now, because that was not the news. The news story was, we're not signing a midfielder because we do not want to disrupt what we have going on right now at the club. That was a thing.
That's stupid.
And that was after the Coppa Italia game, and people were saying, oh, but Miretti's playing finally well, and the minutes are getting away, and all those things. Then Sunday happened. And man, you would think that we played me in midfield. Like and he had a garbage game, by the way. Like, I'm not saying like he was terrible that game. But the only thing I said, if the club has the money to buy a player, you bring a player in. Not Højbjerg, not Phillips, not Henderson. A player that will make a difference. A player we do not have in the squad. If somebody else lose minutes, welcome to a top club. You do better, you will get those minutes. It is what it is. If players were like, man, I don't like that guy, he's coming in mid-season, and the vibes go down, good. You now know those players shouldn't be at the club as well. Like, I thought it was a very simple concept for me. You know, forget about the money again. Just the narrative, or like the belief that we don't need to improve this squad, was madness. We're pushing for the title. Any help is welcome. Like, any good help we don't have.
Absolutely.
So maybe I just had the feeling that, you know, it kind of flipped in like 3 weeks, opinions about that, you know, signing a midfielder. And now I'm already seeing, again, maybe we should be signing a player. I'm like, yeah, we should. Like, we definitely should.
Is this the fan base saying that, or is this? Are you talking
base.
about reporters?
And even the media, like, it flipped a little bit. Now it's back to maybe just loan out Miretti again.
It's just listen. The dude's 20 years old, and we knew this. Like, his birthday doesn't change. It's still, I think, 2003, the year he was born. Okay, so he's played maybe 90 games, which is a lot for a 20-year-old to play for Juventus. He is clearly, obviously, okay to play and start for Juventus against middle of the pack teams to bottom half teams. It's quite clear already. You've seen it. I've seen it. He's been actually much better this year.
Yeah.
He actually has been. He's actually contributing to the goals. Some of his passes are coming off, actually, in the final third. Yes, Sunday was horrible. Not horrible, even. It was bad. It was not horrible. It was bad. Some of his like decision making, he was too slow on the ball. Yes, it was bad. But again, if you are, like you said, a top club and you're at a top club, you have to have the mentality of, if some dude's coming in to help our team, he's helping our team to win, not taking my position, even though he might be taking your position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to see that as like we're all in this together kind of thing. You're a team, not a me. And also, if it's Moretti, why would Moretti leave? It would be Hans or it'd be freaking Nanga going on loan.
Really quickly, news
Yeah.
stories suggest that Miretti can leave because Allegri believes in Hans and Nonga. And I'm like, that might be true, but his actions say no. He
That's
believes
not
in
true.
Miretti.
Moretti started.
No,
Like,
he might believe in those shoes, but Miretti is playing,
yeah.
I, I saw people saying, I'll play Nicolucci, start Nicolucci against Lecce. I'm like, no, like he shouldn't be starting
Sorry.
Nicolucci. Like Miretti should
No.
be starting. Like Nicolucci is Locatelli's backup right now. That's it.
Nicolucci is not good enough for this team. I'm sorry. Even at this thin of a squad, if we're gonna be relative to what we think is a good team, Hans Nicolucci Cavilla should be on a middle to bottom half team in the league.
I agree with that.
He should have been gone in the summer. He should be gone now. Like, you should be looking for solutions for him now. The dude barely plays. When Locatelli was out, he started 2 random games. One was against Inter, which was crazy. That's crazy. He started against Inter. Like, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, and that second half early on, he was
horrible.
Yeah, he was,
that was horrible.
he pulled him because he was not understanding what was going on.
And I hate. I'm not being harsh with it. He's 23, Hans. He's not Moretti 20. So the way Hans loses the ball compared to Moretti, it's like 3 years difference, and whatever. The point is, Moretti should be here with an addition. I was for him leaving on loan in the summer because I thought we had Pogba and Fagioli.
Yeah.
But now we don't obviously have those two. I don't know why people are saying Pogba's coming back because of a 6-month discrepancy or something. Whatever. Let it go. Let that thing go. Just let it go. But Moretti should be staying for the rest of his career at Juventus if all goes well.
Hot take. Yeah. Oh, if all goes well. Yeah,
if all goes well, yeah.
I think
that guy should not be leaving anywhere. If he's not good enough, then okay, look to move him on. Sure. The trajectory right now, I think, is good.
I think
he's on a good trajectory.
Okay. I think the trajectory is okay because I can see improvement. You know what it is? People say, "Oh, look at Yildiz. He's having an impact. Miretti's not having an impact. Gone." That's how it's been. Like that's how he's been dealt with now at this moment in time. Is it fair? I don't think it's fair.
And let me guess. Hold on. Let me guess. And because Sule and Baranachea are out on loan doing well, that they think Moretti's going to get even better. Let me guess.
No, I will flip that to something more wilder, something crazier. But on Miretti, what I also do not like is coming out of that game. People are like he cannot replace Rabiot, and I'm like, because he's not Rabiot in that position, in that formation. It's as simple as that. Now, on Sunday, basic mistakes. Nothing to do with position. Like, he was just slow. Yeah. That was just pure him, But to have an impact, of course, he's not going to have an impact. Also, playing with Cambiasso on the side and Chiesa or playing with Kostic, big difference. People do not believe it. It is a huge difference. It is. It's massive. Like, it's just massive. Movement-wise, everything. People do not like that part because they look at Miretti, as a person. They look at the performance. They don't look what's happening around them. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair for any player because I talked about Locatelli in that way many times because I'm not a fan of his position. He's doing much better now, but like I wasn't a fan of his. I do not think Chiesa should be playing that position at all because I think you take away so much from him. I don't care if he scored 6 goals. He should be getting double digit at this point. He's not getting that.
Yep.
He's just not getting that in that position, But the Miretti one, like, it flipped based on Coppa Italia games, and I was like, wow. Like, how can you sit here? And I actually want to know. I want to bring somebody on who agrees that he doesn't want to bring in quality because it will disturb the balance. It will disturb the balance.
That's so weird,
that
man.
Needs so much quality injection still.
Yeah.
Let's say we win the league. let's say we
Yeah.
win the league. Are you then gonna say, "Man, we won the league. We're
No
not gonna
signings
sign
in the
players.
summer.
Maybe some
No
bench players
signings.
because
Not
hey,
allowed.
crazy. We were dominating. We were signing players. We had Marquisio on the like. We have players on the bench. Like
Yep.
look at Real Madrid, City. Look at who they have on the bench.
Yep.
Again,
Liverpool.
different
Liverpool's
levels.
attack. Jota is always on the bench. That dude scores goals every time he steps on the field.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. His finishing. It's crazy. I've asked everybody I got on lately. Typical 11. And that's with Chiesa now in the team. Not Yildiz. Forget Yildiz now. Just the typical 11 we play with McKennie and like how many players? If I tell you have an open check, or like an open checkbook, not an open because then you're gonna spam like a realistic checkbook.
Yeah.
How many players are you gonna bench or sell? How many players do you want to bring in? Like how many players do you look at that starting 11? You're like you can stay as a
It's
starter.
easier to say who I want.
Who you want to stay?
So I'll say Szczesny, I'll say Bremer, I'll say Locatelli, I'll say Vlahovic and Chiesa.
Okay.
So I think that's
Then
5. So half the starters should be benched or improved upon.
The weird thing is a lot of people agree with you, but somehow they don't not want a signing mid-January, and I'm like, very strange. Like I don't get it. Like,
Also, is Allegri my coach? Sorry, is Allegri my coach?
he is your coach. He's going.
Then Rabiot should stay.
Or you can get Savage. No, but
No.
if like I just don't get it. Like how can you be against adding quality? And I'm not talking about money because that was not the talk. The talk was disrupting the balance of the squad. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's wild.
No, like sorry,
That's wild.
I cannot follow you with that one. If you can add quality, you just add quality. It's as simple as that, I guess.
Yeah. Though everyone talked about we should make a summer or a winter splash to push on for the title. Now all of a sudden no,
Yeah,
because it's going to disrupt the cohesion of the harmony or the squad. Why? Because McKennie's not going to play anymore. Oh no!
One injury and suspension. You're playing Nicolosi and Miretti. Like that happened. Like it happened. It already happened this season. It's not a wild. Like it happened. So I'm confused. But you touched on Baranchea and Sule, and that's a funny one because I said something and people were going wild. Or like not wild, like people disagreed. And that's fair, you know, and you might disagree. I said, and maybe I should have put it in better words or like a more, how do you want to say that? Opinion wise words. Maybe it didn't come off as an opinion. I said, and it was it was about Sule. I didn't mention Sule, but I thought that was obvious. I said, I think the biggest myth out there is that he's doing it at Frosinone. He can.
You're sticking with the bigger club thing.
There is no pressure. I never said there's not more pressure at Juve compared to Frosinone. Obviously, like I'm not an idiot. That's normal. No, I just said
absolutely.
I don't believe in that. If you're good enough, and I said quality, and with quality I mean ability and your mindset.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. That's what I was saying. I think it's a myth. And also, if you never give a guy an opportunity to show so, you cannot make that statement. You just cannot make that statement because it's fake. Like you've not seen him doing it. A fair shot, by the way, in a nice setup. Because Sule, his numbers, you probably looked at it compared to other guys in the top 5 leagues. The numbers do not lie, period.
Yeah.
They do not lie. Will he make it at Juve? I don't know. I need to see it first. And that's why I said, the pressure. You've not seen it. And people told me he played a lot last season. He played 500 minutes, 2 starts, one
As a
start.
wingback.
He was man-marking the entire Napoli midfield. I was there. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was brutal. The other start was a Verona. He played well. And he never got a shot again. He played well away to Verona, in my opinion, that game. He never got a shot again. But he played 500 minutes. I'm like, look up those minutes. It's 50 minutes. It's like, that's not a shot. But at Frosinone, he is the best player. He will shine. That's also not a given. You can be the best player on your squad and still be hot garbage. Because all the guys around you are hot garbage. However, he's not doing that. So that's the only thing I said. Is there more pressure at Juve? Yeah, I mean, Yeah, like
It's you have to look at the surrounding environment, like you just said with Moretti, the surrounding environments of what the team is. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Like at Frosinone, yeah, Sule is going to be the main guy because he has the most talent. Okay, we get it. What's he going to do with it?
that's it.
How's
Like,
he going to do it?
Yeah, you still need to show it.
Bernache, I thought Bernache was okay last year with Juventus, to be honest. Like he wasn't anything special, but like he was
okay.
doing. He's only elevating now because he's playing even more minutes.
Yeah,
And that's the point of a loan. Like if Moretti went on loan, let's say to Frosinone, because they're Juventus B or whatever, next gen, and he took over. I don't know what's that one guy's name, Mazzucchelli, the guy who plays in front of Barnechea. Whatever, doesn't matter. Do you think he'll be performing any different to what he does at Juventus?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do you think better or do you think worse?
will be
I think a little
better.
bit worse, to be honest. I think a little bit worse
I think it will be better
because he's not playing. Well, are you
if he plays with
insinuating that?
Sule and if those guys are there, I think it will be better.
I think, but if with Moretti, remember how you again? I'm going to revert back to what you said. If Moretti was playing with Cambiaso and Chiesa,
Okay.
who does he play better with?
Yeah. That's
Right?
what I said. Like if he has Sule and all those
Yeah.
guys still there, then yes.
So I was saying, I was just going on functionality on one side to the other, like because he
Okay.
plays. If he played left center midfield
Yeah,
for
I
Frosinone,
get that.
Sule's not there. Some other randoms over there. Yeah. So I'm, like functionality wise. So I was just going by your statement of being surrounded by potential players and whatever, being in the right environment, blah blah blah. So that's my point. I would rather Moretti stay at the end of the day. The thing, the myth of, the thing about the myth of the pressure, I think it literally does not matter. It matters about your surroundings and what you're being tasked with.
Yeah, like that's what I meant with the quality. If you have
Yeah.
the quality, and also you need to have the qualities of mindset as well.
Yeah.
And if you're not
exactly.
good enough, it's not about pressure. You're just not good enough, and you're not going to play for a top team ever. It's a period. Like then, it's not about pressure at Juve or pressure at any team. You're
Yeah.
just not good enough. You're not made for it.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's the only thing I said. I know there's more pressure at Juve. I like.
Of course.
That's obvious. Like there's no front page news
The
on
top
Frosinone. Like,
top 8 club in the world.
yeah, like I get that, and I know the scrutiny will be harsh and all, like it's massive, but that was my point.
Yeah.
If you're good enough, you will survive. If not, you will get weeded out at a top club. It's as simple as that, in my opinion. So I thought
So
using that as a shield to say, oh, but Sule cannot do that at Juve, I think that's a myth because first of all, he didn't get a fair shot. That's one, and two, people do that for other players as well. At that point, we can sign nobody unless you can.
Yep.
The only players you can sign is Toni Kroos, Mbappe, Kane, because
Yeah.
you cannot take a shot anymore. You cannot take a shot at
then
it.
Yildiz doesn't exist
Yeah,
because you.
But- that's working against these players because people saying he took his shot, he took his
Yeah.
chance. Excuse me, and I'm like, fair. He took his shot, his chance. Excuse me. However, after the Frosinone game, what happened? Until now, he
Bench.
plays. He plays.
Oh yeah,
He
after the
plays.
Frosinone game.
Sule
Yeah,
played
sorry.
against Verona, and what happened?
Yep.
Like
Bench.
there is a like there
Yeah.
there is a difference as well. Like there is a difference. I don't know if Sule is gonna make it. By the way, like I'm not, but I need to see it first.
I will tell you, he's not making it at Allegri's Juventus.
Oh,
He won't.
Okay, like that I agree, but I do have a feeling next season is gonna be a switch in formation because the players we have and we've been linked with, you cannot play 3-5-2. Like it's as simple as that.
Hey.
You can't. Like you cannot do that, or you need to sell players because you have players in the squad
Yeah.
that are like pointless to have. It's pointless to have certain players
Yep.
in the squad. For example, Junior
That's
comes
why-
on the weekend.
Yeah.
Happy, he keeps scoring. John, he plays in midfield. I'm like,
And Illing gets an assist.
yeah, like, but it's from a set piece. Like, it was a good
Yeah.
one, but I'm like,
Yeah.
do you want this guy to improve or not? Because you
And he
might
played
think-
center midfield.
Yeah, like you might think he's a good center midfielder. I think we all know he's better on the wing. Period.
Yeah.
Chiesa, you might think he's a striker. I know he's better on another position. We know that. We've seen that.
Yep.
That's
That's why I think Sule and Illing are toast, and I think I'll say a pretty, not a big time center midfielder, but a primo center midfielder is coming in.
I think Ealing is gonna stay. I think we're gonna move on Kostic in the summer.
I really hope so. That would be lovely.
Like look at the player, like, and bring in Diallo. We bring in Diallo because we tease that.
Yep.
Like the players we're being linked with, and the players we have actually in the squad are not built for the 3-5-2. They're not. Maybe the
Nope.
fullbacks you can still play a back three compared to a back four. You can still do that, but I think
Yep.
higher up the pitch we have players who play in a different formation. That's why I think we do not have a choice next summer. Like, I mean, you have a choice, but like the choice is obvious. Like you need to evolve. Even like let's say you keep Chiesa because the contract situation is weird, but let's say he stays. What are you gonna
Yep.
do next season? Are you gonna tell him and Eulis, you know what, guys, I'm gonna play you.
Battle it out, brothers.
You're not gonna do that. Like, like that's you can do that with. I don't know, McKennie and Miretti maybe. I'm just saying something.
Yeah.
Hey, there's one spot, battle it out. But with those three, the way it's going, you're not gonna do that because one of those guys is gonna look at you and be like, "I'm not gonna battle it out. You're gonna play us both, or I'm gone, or like gone, like
Yeah.
I'm pushing it." But like that, you're just not gonna.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sell the players that nor the fans.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree.
on Diallo, because we teased that.
Yeah.
You said in the previous part of the podcast you would start him in 2 weeks from now, or like 3 weeks, whatever.
Not against Empoli because he just came obviously, and his knee was still when he hasn't practiced yet, right? Like he just
So-
did the press shit.
That means you're gonna bench Gatti, I'm assuming, right?
In an ideal world, I would not bench Gatti. I would bench Danilo, but
You said it. I didn't. I'm clean.
yeah, you are clean. But fuck, like Danilo still sucks. I don't care. But yeah, Gatti. If I was Max Allegri,
Okay.
like if Max Allegri would replace Gatti with Djalo.
What do you think we will achieve by doing that? You know, like just pure, like what will change? You know, or like what will be so obviously different than not playing in potential? Because I'm not gonna lie, besides highlights, excuse me, I've not watched Djalo play. I read into it, like you said, like
Yeah.
the stats are are very black and white, like they're very extreme
Yes.
on both ends of the thing.
Yeah.
I showed a graphic, and if you put him, Danilo, and Bremer in a combined graphic, it's Bremer is on one side,
Yeah,
Diallo is
they're completely
the opposite,
different.
and Danilo
Yeah.
is just in between. He's in between. So if you just look at that graphic, you know, it's like, oh, they complete each other, basically.
Yeah.
Is that what you think is going to happen?
Barzali, Bonucci, Chiellini. I'm kidding.
Jesus.
But they complement each
That's
other
it.
well, right? So this is obviously a Walmart version of that. But you know, like you ever heard of a bull in a china shop?
I have a different.
You ever heard that
over
saying
here.
before?
Explain it.
But okay, so a bull is like a raging bull, like it's an animal.
I get it. We have a different saying.
And if you go into a
Yeah.
china shop, he's like rambunctious, gonna break all the
Yeah, yeah.
dishes or whatnot, break all
It's
the
like an
china.
elephant in a China shop. We say over here.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So Gatti is a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Diallo is completely different. He's calm. His demeanor's better. He's obviously faster. But he's just calm and he takes care of the ball. Like you know what happened against Frosinone? No, Salernitana in the first 5 minutes or 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was wild.
Diallo's not doing that, like ever. Or he'll complete the pass. You know what I mean? Like it won't go like that kind of stuff. And he's faster. I'm not sure if he's probably not stronger because the Gatti's a strong dude. And he won't. You know, Gatti somehow ends up in the opponent's box. Like he's just there. Like he won't do that at Djalo, but he'll take better care of the ball, and he'll be more calm in crazy situations.
I'm like you brought.
He's a
you
good
brought
player
this-
to have. He's a very good squad player to have.
You brought it up now. I'm not sure if I don't think we're gonna play him. I don't think we're gonna see him a lot this season because that means he's not gonna play Rugani. He's not gonna play Alexandro.
Well, Alexandro shouldn't be played.
He shouldn't be like okay. Well, other players shouldn't be played now, but they're still playing. So
Yeah.
I just I will be absolutely stunned if I see him play in the next month or so. I would be absolutely shocked. I would play. I don't mean giving a debut for like 4 minutes when we were like 3-0 up. Like that's not playing.
Yeah.
But I will
Okay.
be
Yeah.
I will be stunned if he gets more than 35 minutes in the next month or so. I will be absolutely shocked. Because
Okay,
he's
that's fair
ready.
because
Apparently he's ready.
he is ready. Yeah.
He's ready. I watched he looks like a very level-headed guy as well. Like I was
Yeah.
kind of surprised by it.
Yeah.
He speaks
The way he
Italian.
plays is the way he's off the field.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, wow, that's something. Also, I did like
Yeah.
the contract they did and the fact that he accepted it.
Yep.
I
Club
thought it
option
was-
2 years.
Yeah, because I think the club, injury. I think he kind of like, fair. I thought maybe not many players would have accepted that. I think
Yeah.
so. When I saw that 26 and then the 2-year option, I was like, man, fair play. Like I didn't
They
expect
should
you
be
to
doing
do
that more.
Yeah, yeah, but like I wasn't expecting that. But
Yeah.
I would be shocked. I will like playing out from the back. Somebody told me like, Danilo is the best out of it. I'm like, yeah, because the rest stink
best?
as well. Playing out from the back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Out of the three, I'm like, yeah, but they're all suck. Like they're not good at
Yeah.
it. Like none of them are good. Like Gatti is not good at it. Bremer is not good at it. Like even the first half against Lecce, like Bremer and Danilo just hoofing it up to Vlahovic, and I was like,
Yeah.
stop it. Like you're just gonna kill Vlahovic out there. Like they're
One
just
thing
gonna kill him.
Gentile needs to do is get a left-footed center back. Like I can't explain how I've always been on this for years. Getting a left foot because you saw Danilo, how bad he was with like, it's bad
Yeah, he's
against Lecce. It's bad. I know he's a lot left-footed, but I get it. But like, so get one.
we brought
That's
in
my only pissed off moment about the Djalo.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
Well,
not
my-
left-footed.
what might make it even more complicated is what's gonna happen next season with Huijsen. Like he went on Roma. I didn't ask you about that. Like he joined Mourinho. Mourinho got sacked. I'm like,
That's crazy.
you should have joined Frosinone. I think still, but
Yeah.
okay, you made decision. Like that's your decision. Now you need to make the best out of it. Like it's on you. Like it's not on the club.
Yep.
You push for it. Hey, it's you. It's your time now, buddy. I've not watched a lot of Roma. I watched the first game. He looked good. After that, I
think he's hurt
didn't watch Roma. Like he's not going on a friendly game, which is weird. Like there's football this week, so I was confused. With
They're going
that
to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, apparently.
I'm so confused about that one. But
Yeah.
let's say he plays well. He comes
Huijsen.
back next season.
Yeah.
What? Because you have Bremer, you have Gatti, you have Danilo, then you have Huijsen, you have Djalo. You're gonna sign Rugani out to a new deal. Sandro's gone, and you somehow still have Djalo at the club. What are you gonna do? Let's say we play with a back three, not a 3-5-2, but let's say it sticks to a back three.
Yeah.
You're gonna bench players. Are they gonna be up for it? Because you're gonna need to make tough decisions. Like players, like Danilo wants to play. Gatti probably wants to play. Djalo is like, okay, where did I came for? Huijsen is like, I'm not gonna sit on the bench again. So, what are you?
Well,
Gonna
I think the obvious thing here is Huijsen goes back out on loan because he's 18. That's the easiest thing to do. Not the right thing, I'm saying, is the easiest thing to do. The easiest or the right thing to do is Danilo, you got to go. Sorry, bye. Sandro, your contract's done. Bye. And Rugani, you can chill and not make your money on the bench. You're like your backup quarterback. Go sit. Like, and when you're called upon, you're good. So who cares? And you're willing to be the backup. I don't know. You know what I mean?
chances of Danilo leaving?
No, there's not. I'm not saying that he is, but like
Somebody
in a real. Yeah, go.
Somebody told me we refused 20 mil for him. I missed that story. Was it 20 mil? I thought.
Yeah, 15 to 20 mil in that range.
That's
He
crazy.
rejected.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's like I never saw. Like I cannot remember a price. I know he
Like
didn't-
Danilo said, I don't want to move. But
Okay, yeah, that I do remember. Like I didn't remember a price tag.
Yeah.
20 million. Like if that's now, I think Juventus is like, goodbye. Like
yeah, you got to
we're
go.
take- we're
When's his
taking that
contract?
money.
On 26th? No?
like there was news we're gonna hand out a new contract. I was like, just stop it. Like
Relax.
Stop it
Yeah,
now.
just stop. Yeah.
Stop. I like good vibes in the locker room. Hey man, if you want to be the Pinzonio of the team, good. But like
Yeah.
actual playing, like there is a like I don't want to make it about a Danilo again because I've seen worse performances this season. Maybe the last couple of weeks, or there was a period he came out and he said like I'm terrible, which was like fair play. You were
Yeah.
like you were absolutely rubbish. Like it is what it is. After that injury, and I felt bad for Rugani at that point. I was like, Allegri's doing you dirty here. I think you froze.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're back. So that's probably not gonna happen.
No, I'm
Like,
good.
it's not
Yeah.
gonna happen. So we will talk about that moving into the summer. But like Djalo, like you
Yeah.
said, or like you said, I don't believe it. I think we're not gonna see him, but he does probably.
No, I
add something
agree.
different,
Like
on
I
the ball.
think he needs to though. Yeah.
But yeah, I get why, like because of his qualities, which we absolutely lack
Yeah.
in that back line. Like pace, oh my god,
Yeah.
pace. I had a few mini heart attacks the last couple of weeks with Danilo. I did, you
Yep.
know, I thought he was gonna get outpaced, and at times I don't know how he managed to
The
recover.
Almquist guy, the ball got chopped around and then Bremer pushed him from the side. I
That
thought it was
was,
penalty shot, but like, fuck, that's me.
I was like, come on, you know. So
Yeah.
that's something he's gonna add, like playing out from the back. We
Yep.
do miss that, you know. We do, because now it's hoof it up or Locatelli. Here you go, buddy. And Locatelli's
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna play it to the sideline, and you guys figure it out. I'm like, oh, come on. Like I know who's
Yeah.
on the sideline. I know it's Kostic and at times McKennie. I know the limitations. Like I know that's not gonna be it, you know. But the final thing I want to ask you before we
Yep.
wrap it up, and maybe we should have done that in the previous part,
Whatever. We're good.
Cambiasso, because I remembered we were on after we beat Udinese, and we were like, wow. But maybe because I'm traumatized, I'm like, hold on, you know, I need to see it again.
Yeah.
And then remember, we had that period of time where we looked at it and we were like, no, man, that's not good. You know,
Yeah.
defensively going forward, it was so chaotic. And now I
Yeah.
look at him and I call him Mr. Consistent, because he
Yep.
plays his game and he's like, see you next week. That's it.
Yep.
And he does
Very
that at a
structured, very
good-
calm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even the last couple of weeks, my little criticism was first half good, second half it's a bit of a drop off, pick it up. And now
Yeah.
even that, like there's balance throughout his entire
Yep.
game. I'm like, wow, I was wrong. I didn't see this coming.
So I agree. Obviously, the structure, the calmness. Again, he adds a different dynamic and dimension because of his ability to play on the wing or in the middle, and he's very comfortable doing it. So obviously, everyone can see it. Everyone can watch it. It's something we've not had for a while.
Yeah.
I likened him to an Asamoah. Remember when he played?
Yeah.
Obviously, there wasn't the inversion shit. Like there was no like Asamoah didn't come from the left wing or left back to come into the middle. Like he wasn't doing that shit now in 2024. But like very similar qualities in that regard. Obviously, you can improve on him. Like don't get me wrong. Like he's not an untouchable in this team. He's just a nice addition and a nice piece to this current team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you could definitely move forward with him. Like, don't get me wrong, you can move forward with him, and you can start the occasional, or like when you want to get up to the Champions League and higher up. Like he can start in those games, and you're comfortable with it, but you can definitely do better.
Okay, as of now, like if I need to look back, if I want to play Champions League finals at this moment in time, yeah. But I think he still has so much room to improve, and also
that's true as well.
and also
he's 23, I think.
Yeah, something like that, and also
Yeah.
setup wise, as well, that will help. Like just purely if we play in a different manner, it will help because
Yes.
if he plays and not Kostic on that side, the
Yeah.
difference is day and night. Like it's not even close. Even if Rabiot is still in there, you know, and he
Yeah.
tries to slow down everything a little bit, it's still different because he's a guy. He's not glued to that sideline. He cuts inside. He links up play,
Yep.
makes a run, overlaps. I'm like, wow. I didn't see that coming. When I watched him in Bologna last season, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I
Yeah,
know
very mid.
We're desperate, but I don't see it, you know. But now it's like, if he's not playing, I'm like, ugh, that's a big blow for us now.
Yeah.
It is a big blow.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Like right now in this current team, like I said, he's a staple basically. Like his name has to be on the team sheet, one of the first names. But I think once you have more ambition and more structure within the club, you can improve upon him. But you keep him around because he is a good enough player to start if you when you're in a pinch, right?
Yeah.
Like us, like Asamoah was. Like when
Yeah.
Asamoah started, were you like, oh my god, no? Like no, you're like, okay, fuck, whatever. He's gonna play.
Yeah, yeah. I like when Asamoah played. Like I was like,
Yeah,
fine. Like that. I
yeah,
know what I'm getting from Asamoah. It's good. Like it's just
yeah,
good for 90 minutes always, every single week.
yeah,
Maybe like Liechtenstein only like that was a higher level. I know what I'm getting from
yeah,
Liechtenstein. Minute 1 to minute
yeah,
90, he's gonna be good, and
yeah,
he's gonna give it all. Like even if he
yeah,
has an off day, I know he gave it all. It wasn't because he was like I don't care. That's it. The last one, and then we wrap it up. Is Locatelli really
yeah.
quickly because we like
I
me
feel
maybe.
vindicated.
Yeah. Like the only thing I said, he's not consistent with
Yeah,
it, and that's what he is now. He is consistent, and it took
yep,
a very long time, and I added pressure because he said after, I think in October after Nazuri came, I'm getting better at it. I'm like, I don't see it. I see moments. I don't see games, weeks. Now he's
yeah,
doing that, and a couple of weeks ago I said like, finally, that's the Locatelli I want to see. Just consistent, good, and maybe it's because everything is working well. I don't know, but every single week, like he's another player we cannot miss now. Like we just cannot miss him.
yeah. No, I agree. So funny enough, from the Roma game, so that was December 30th, the one right before the New Year.
Yeah,
Every game since the Roma game, his passing percent has been 87% or higher,
I
and
saw
he's
that.
been touching 95 in that area.
I saw that.
So, what was our biggest? Oh my god, my dog just farted. What was the biggest qualm with Locatelli besides the inconsistency? It was the inability to his passing range was off,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It wasn't always good. So he averages this season 85% passing, and ever since Roma, it's been 87 or higher. So he's actually improved
Improve.
drastically
Yeah.
over the. Well, I think it's been 6 games to be fair,
So, yeah, yeah.
but it's been
Something
very good.
because before that it was hit and miss. It was hit and miss,
Yeah,
especially long range. It was, and he kept doing
yeah,
it
not
like
great.
throughout the game. It wasn't
Yeah,
coming off, and he kept doing it. I was like, yeah, no. But
yeah,
that's something I asked for. I believed in Locatelli. I didn't say sell him or whatever. You know, I just
yeah,
said I need consistency, and he's showing that. So good for us. Um, we're gonna wrap this one up.
yeah.
This is the second part. Again, people like the video. Let's get to 100 for this one. Should be easy. Next one will be probably in December. Jesus, February. Somewhere in
Yeah,
February.
near the end of February.
And
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe we are in full title mode by then. Who knows? We will see by
you'll see
then.
by my face.
You or you see about my videos throughout, building up to
Yeah.
the podcast. But thanks everyone for watching. Like, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a live preview. Ciao.